Oh, okay. You guys are here already. Hold on. Yeah, we're at 47%. Hello, hello. Hold on. I was actually thinking twice if I was going to continue today because weirdly, my download speed is like 2 Mbps, but my upload speed is like 150. So it was like, my brother said you should just go for it because you have a good upload speed. But hopefully that does not really affect us too much. I think I have a misspelling about the title. Hold on. Let me fix that real quick. How do I find that? Okay. Good evening. Hello, guys. Hey, how's everyone? Did you have work or school? It's the middle of the week. Summer break. Oh, I missed that. Now I don't get any breaks at all. Hello, hello. You know, I had the most terrible week ever. I think it always happens when I'm on the last leg of my projects. I'm just so stressed all the time. So, streaming right now is a very nice break for me as well. How were you spending your summer break, social moth? Morning! Wow. Bass is like on the other side of the world. Thank you for tuning in though. It's relatively late in these parts, but it's also probably early like in the other parts of the world. 10 a.m. so not so early. It's like EST then, right? Because that's 12 hours. 16. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Personal projects. Well, I'm sure whatever progress you're making, it's good. Nice to see some familiar names in the chat, right? We have Phoenixu, Ellie, Marine, Social Moth, Ragnarok, and Bass. So have you guys all read the stories for the abnormalities? And I'm curious which one is your most favorite. The Apocalypse Bird. I haven't. I actually got it and then I reset. So I didn't get any EGO from it. Oh, both of you guys, the Apocalypse Bird. Oh, hello. Galshu? Hi, hi, welcome to the stream. I've only read one, and I think I posted that. That was Skull Bro. So we had once in a thousand good deeds, 100 good deeds. So that was the only one that I've read. Yeah, I was talking about it to my sibling and I said, hey, I got the Judgment Bird. And then they said that, oh my god, if you had 3 birds, they're going to form into one big bird. So you better be careful. That would be amazing to see though. Like the first time I had yin and yang together, I was freaking out. That was a dragon. We don't get the A bird. Okay, is that actually the combination of all the 3? Because the punishing, the judgment, and then there's the one with many eyes. I forgot the name. Okay. Yeah, I haven't had that yet. Oh, the birds. Okay, I think we can start like after 4 minutes because it's 10:06. Then we will read the stuff. I'm really excited. Oh, the firebird sounds cool, like a phoenix. This one, this really freaked me out because it's like the GIF of the eyes was like from a real person. It was so freaky. Queenie's whole stick, but it's not so much the written story. Queenie's whole stick. I was thinking like it was one of the devs' eyes that they put there. I'm not sure what GIF was that, but yeah, I was like, hey, this isn't this like a real eye? Redacted. Ellie, redacted. The LobCorp power generation screwed over the city's inhabitants. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, they didn't probably have this technology perfected since the beginning, right? So if there were some things, yeah, they had to like have a lot of collateral damage. Yeah, the real eye on that made it so much more freaky though. So yeah. Oh yeah, these ones. I really like the shape of these. So they're very tempting to choose whenever there's the containment unit on the screen. Yeah. Okay. We'll start in about a minute. The other one that I had, where was it? It was a tool. I think it was this one. Yeah, it destroys EGO, right? And I'm left wondering, oh, what happened to the weapon? What happened to your clothes? So it's like, oh, okay, it gets destroyed actually. Non-canon, I see. But they're a very nice additional to the group. Okay, so are you guys ready? We can read them from here, or actually we could go to my facility so we can have the music. Hmm. We can make fan fiction for them. I was actually thinking that I would like to put uh myself in a fan fiction trying to tend to the abnormalities or stuff like what was the first reaction of me, basically just my gameplay, my reaction to uh, one sin, right, just written down or something. It's like a nice log as well. All right, so as you can see this, oh, I don't know, hold on, is the screen. Yeah, because I moved the screen to make way for some elements. I think we can do it here. I like the music. Well, hello. Oh, I'm not going to play yet. The Acid Liker today, or tonight rather, or what time it is. We are going to read Abnormality lore. So these are all the abnormalities I have in the facility right now. So of course we've gotten up until the end. As you can see, I'm very understaffed, which is why I'm having difficulty going forward with day 46. So actually the last ones that I've got are Void Dream. Okay. And oh, this one I cannot open. But yeah, I think this was the cleaner one. So yeah, I think it was said like the blood spills everywhere. Yeah, I really like the flavor text. It also gives you an idea of what work you have to do with them. Like for example, they say that this abnormality feels nothing but rage. So I think you have to suppress it. You have to deconstruct their feelings and stuff. So yeah. Alright, so everybody, are we ready to start? We're ready to start. Okay. So let's do our control team friends first. We have, of course, everybody's favorite. So 1 sin and 100 good deeds. So insight, we have insight and attachment work as high, right? So it's really nice to know that there are abnormalities that like to associate themselves with the people that are being that surround them, rather. Okay, we took another EGO. I must not forget that before we reset. So okay, let's see. The good guy. A silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil. Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross. It wears a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. While its appearance is bizarre, it is rare to record an incident of violence against employees involving this abnormality. Right, it's a non-escaping entity too, so it's very friendly, and it heals the SP, if I remember correctly, right? I'm not a religious man, but one sin got me acting repentant. You know, that sounds like an Arabic poem that I really like. Okay. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. The assigned employee must kneel before it. Oh, I did not know this! Wow! Standing appears to be acceptable. Okay. Okay, one sin is tolerant. That's good. And present their evil by confessing their sins to it. The way it feeds unknown. Oh. Wow, okay. It's really like, kneel before me and that you will be absolved. Excerpt from experiment records. We have cataloged the sins a person can commit into 3 levels. Level 1, a small lie or action that either goes unnoticed or can be shared in jest. Oh. Very forgivable sins, right? Level 2, sins that are more serious and only shared with the closest of friends. Level 3, sins so profound that they cannot be shared with anyone. These will be taken to the grave. Oh my gosh. So, your deep and dark secrets. Okay. Employee blank, 2, has been assigned to confess 2 level 1 sin. Energy production via abnormality increased 12%. Employee redacted was assigned to confess a level 2 sin. Okay, the energy production via the abnormality increased by 15%. We assigned employee redacted to confess a level 3 sin. Oh my god, what happened? Okay, 1 minute and 48 seconds after the employee was sent in, a bright flash of light was seen. The light was so bright that it could be seen outside of the containment unit. Immediately following the light, there was a facility-wide power outage. The phenomena lasted for 2 hours. Wow! It's like divination. Okay. Employee blank lost 6 years of their memory. Further experiments were cancelled. Scientific ethics decree that all footage of those who participated in the experiment is to be kept sealed. However, the incident left us no choice but to review the footage of the containment unit. Whoa. Counterpart. What is the counterpart? So basically, a sentient skull that turns into energy in the form of enkephalin, right? And imagine 6 years of memory. That is a lot. It's like you forget about your sins and just go on and live with your life, but then again, you're in a facility like this. Very questionable morals. Okay. Wow. Those details, yeah, gives so much more to what one sin can do. And I was thinking, I remembered, like from a few days, I think it was like 30 or 40 plus days. Like Angela said, that the cogito filter is also applied to the abnormalities, right? So I was thinking, is this how it really looks like compared to, I cannot, compared to the cute little skull with like the tube-like cross that it has on its back. But not all abnormalities look like this, right? So like for example, we have the queen bee actually, is the nameless fetus. Yeah, of course it doesn't look like this in our facility, but it looks like this here. So are there like these files don't have a cogito filter for some, like this queen bee as well? Yeah, non-filtered, right? Yeah, I was thinking that because like for example, if we have the queen of hatred over here, she really looks like this in our facility. But then we have yeah, these guys over here, they're different. They have no filters. It's actually so cool. Okay, let me read just a bit. A video promo for one of the theme cafes that make it look like one sin looks gigantic. Wow. Okay. Ah, this is it. The Asia tour video. Nothing there. Doesn't look like it's been drawn by a child because there's nothing there. Oh my gosh. We'll get to him later. Okay, next one. I like this a lot. I like the whole static thing. And thanks to this, I actually found out what a Clyfeth meltdown was. I think it took me 3 days to realize that I have to get in there and stop the counter. Ooh. Yeah, and thanks to Malkat's missions as well, because if they didn't write that I have to contain a Clyfeth meltdown, like stop it, I probably would have stayed away from all those red rooms. But yeah, that's the price I pay for not reading the manual. Oh, there's more of his story? Oh, let me go back. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, employee redacted. This happened during redacted at around 4 p.m. Anyways, there was a railway about 20 minutes from my house. Some of my good friends and I decided to dress as forest animals. One of us chose to go as a deer. Deer? Okay. It was a crude costume. It could hardly be called one, to be honest. Just a pair of clumsily made antlers, and a dark outfit with some deer-like spots on it. Knitted. I don't know how our dear friend wandered into the woods. We didn't even notice he was missing for maybe an hour. You know, I have another Redolta. I have Redolta in my facility. We searched for him and finally found him in some bushes. We called out his name, and I'm not sure if it was from relief of finally finding us, or what, but he had started sprinting towards us. And that's when we heard the gunshots, bang, bang, bang. When I came to my senses, I saw his blood splattered all the way to my feet. After that, none of us dressed up as an animal ever again. Oh my god, did they mistake him for a real deer and shut him down? That's all. By the way, is this really supposed to work? Okay. What is this? Yeah. Used to actually smite employees for their sins in the original version of the game. Really? So he's not like the all-forgiving thing that we see here, or that we have here. Well, not exactly forgiving, but it's more like face your fears, or your sins, and pay the price. Something. Okay, its eye sockets are empty. It is a skull after all. I doubt it's blind. It certainly has its gaze fixed on me, and I can somehow feel that it's listening to me. Confessing to it does lighten my heart, admittedly. Afterwards, we investigated the incident in the employee's hometown to get a better picture. We learned that a boy named Justin was shot and killed in a deer costume by hunters during hunting season. Unlike the employee's confession, Justin was repeatedly bullied by other kids. Okay. Witnesses said they heard the kids shout, "Run, Justin, run!" right before the gunshot. Oh. After the incident, the kids at the scene moved out of the town and deer hunting was banned at the area. Wow. Okay, but there were witnesses. Right? It was like he was hunted for sport or something. Okay, excerpt from Abnormality Research, log X 392. Honestly, you can't expel all of our employees to give honest confessions to that skull. Around every 1 in 10 employees will tend to say something that is not completely true. It's a bit different from a lie. You can say that it's a subconscious excuse they make. They distort perspectives to justify their actions, even though they are aware that they should be telling you the truth. Once this happens, the confession is no longer truly a confession. Yes, I'm talking about you trying to justify your tardiness for 5 minutes now. Yeah. Well, sometimes they lie unconsciously, right? Well, when you lie, you consciously try to fabricate stuff, right? I guess lying is a conscious thing, but like it's something that, yeah, but he doesn't care. That's why he also gives you that damage. The employee was bullying the kid and the deer costume got him killed. Oh, I see. So this was a confession, right? So the one confessed over here was a different story, but then the other part, they tried to look at the record and then they found out the truth, right? So, yeah. Wow. The first one, it's so heavy already. What else can we expect from the other ones? Okay. Makes you not want to lie anymore. But you know, when you stop lying, you don't have to make up excuses for anything. Okay. Right, back to our friend. 1.76 megahertz. Okay. So this was the first repression I got. I actually liked it because it's repression. You don't get a lot of repression, I think, like repression work done for others. So, okay. This abnormality is a phenomenon with no visible form. It was discovered when employees began to exhibit shared symptoms when entering a specific area of the facility. They all suffered hallucinations of a specific nature, and then their mental corruption increased. After setting a radio's frequency to 1.76 megahertz, we waited. Following 12 minutes, a mysterious voice was heard through static. It was difficult to make out what it was saying, but it appeared to be in a distress and was asking for help. 17 minutes in, the voice stopped and 3 loud explosions were heard, which were then followed by 2 smaller explosions. It can be assumed that the situation the voice was in was chaotic, as based on the various levels of screaming that could be heard. Oh gosh. 23 minutes in, all was silent. Once 25 minutes passed, the radio began to emit smoke. We thought the machine had fried, but no fault could be found. Continuing past 30 minutes, everyone in the area was suddenly filled with rage and started to exhibit the desire to assault one another with extreme aggression. Whoa. Oh, imagine that. Yeah, repression work is very rare. It improves attack speed and movement speed, so yeah, it would be too unbalanced. Yes, it's so expensive. So, yeah. Smoke war! Because the smoke was coming out of the radio. Wait, so the smoke would actually, like, make people fight? Right? Is that what it means? Like, probably inhaled something and then activated something in their brains and then they started raging. Like hysteria. They fought over the smoke. Following the incident, all employees who took part refused to seek counseling. We couldn't make it mandatory as no one was injured. It is still unknown what caused the collective rage. Afterwards, unknown noises and hallucinations started to occur near the containment unit. This is a recording of the day we must never forget. I guess this is it. It brings us to a chaotic place, forgotten by many, that must never be forgotten. Wait, so the smoke war was before LobCorp was founded? But there's another... Oh, okay. No clear history, sketchy timeline. Oh, okay. I don't think 1.76 megahertz is for the smoke war. Okay, but there's another abnormality that is part of it. Oh, okay. Smoke had something to do with the energy production in the old LobCorp. Spoilers. Am I gonna find it out, like, from day 46 until the end, what this is about? Yeah, so very intriguing where the smoke came from and what it's about, because it's the day that we must never forget. Okay. Okay, then hold off. Hold off for now. Alright, it might take a while for me, but that's okay. Alright, interesting. Okay, this one, I really like the color of it. Fragment of the universe. This gave me a hard time because, like, when I was starting, this one would always get out, would always escape. Yeah. So, Sephiroth dialogue, Ruina, and distortion detective. All right. You know, I love how it's interwebbing with each other, but like there's a central point to it. So yeah. Also, I want to say, you know, getting to day 46 was such a treat because I don't know, the way the narrative is going, it gives you so many tidbits to predict it, but at the same time, it doesn't take away the excitement. I don't know how they do it. I just love it so much. Like, you can predict something that happens, and then when it happens, you're so happy that you predicted it, right? But then you're still excited. It doesn't say like, oh, see, I knew that already. It's not like that. It's more like you're excited to know that that's how it's going. Oh, she just wanted to sing with me. That's why she goes out. Yeah, so let's read the story of the fragment of the universe. When the abnormality escapes its containment unit, it will emit noises in the corridor. As the sound it makes have what could be considered a melody and syllables, we consider it singing. Have you heard a black hole sing? Guys, have you heard a black hole sing? I was going through an article, I went through an article rather, like last year I think, and I listened to a black hole singing. You should listen to it. It's great. So this is probably it, right? So okay, however, none of our staff can precisely remember it, given that most of the time they are unable to describe it due to their serious brain damage. Okay. Those who were within 100 meters of the singing called it a sound unheard of in this world, because these descriptions, we've titled it Echoes from Beyond. See document number 2 singing. Yeah, I just remember that black hole singing. So I'll link y'all with an article later. Experiment 1, the possibility of communication. We have determined that the abnormality has an intelligence similar to, or even higher than, that of humans, and gave it a simple language learning course. As a result, a crude communication by combining words has become possible. The following segment of the communication record with the abnormality. Following is. Okay, Q. Are all of your kind similar in appearance? Negative. Oh. Wow, they come in all shapes and sizes. Outside, child, see, picture, face, happy, change, form. Wow. Where have you come from? Oh, why have you come here? Knowledge, share, human. That's nice, right? It really feels like an alien, but we know that this abnormality is a fear manifested, right? Or trauma manifested. So why do you want to share your knowledge with us? Understanding, knowledge, moment, no, universe, coincidence, negative, none. Okay, why is the negative none at the end? Yeah, it's like the forbidden knowledge in Genshin that they said you cannot understand it, that's why you'll go crazy. Okay. This section is an attempt to decipher the conversation with the abnormality. So this bit reminds me of, what's the movie? Arrival? Was it Arrival? It's like there were aliens, right? And they were trying to read ink, the way the ink would flow in a containment. And they tried to, make sense of their markings or something. Okay. Some abnormalities weren't created. For example, the 3 birds are from a place called the Black Forest. Oh, that's outside, right? I think I've seen that. Wait, was it in LobCorp or Nimbus? No, it was LobCorp. I think the old A, that old person in the bottom, in the architectural unit, I think he was having that with his dialogue. Then this picture of that bird came out. Yeah, I think I remember. Okay, so some of them are naturally occurring. All right. Yeah, black damage because physical and mental. For us, we cannot contain this knowledge. Okay. This section is an attempt to decipher the conversation with the abnormality. It based its form on a picture drawn by a child. Oh, it changed its form because of the child's expression while drawing it. It was happy, so they're shapeshifters. This is what they said, right? Outside, child, see, picture, face, happy. Yes. It came here to share its species knowledge with us. The moment we fully understand that knowledge, we will know their ultimate goal. Imagine you took some time to understand what it means, and then at the end they will just eat you up after you explain. That would be so funny. Okay. There is no such thing as a coincidence in the universe. Oh, this is what Yuko Ichihara said from what was that? That clamp show. I forgot the title. XXX Holic? Yeah. Okay. Experiment 2. An experiment on laughter. After watching a video about laughing for 30 minutes, the abnormality understood the concept of laughing. After that, when employees entered its containment unit to work with it, it would sometimes emit a strange noise with what appeared to be the shape of a smile on its face. It looked like it was mimicking laughter. Well, that's actually so cute. Right, you can teach it. The birds, I've gotten 3, but one of them I had to reset. So I only have 2 right now in my facility. If I kept that third one, I would have probably been, yeah, with the apocalypse bird. Okay, experiment 3, comprehension of symbols. We taught it the meaning of various symbols along with language. Among them was the shape of a heart. The symbol provoked a distinct change from the abnormality. Oh, okay. Showing the abnormality the picture of a heart. This is the symbol of the heart. Many people believe that emotions come from the heart, and this symbol is used to express positive emotions or a liking towards someone. That's why when we get an EGO gift, they give us a heart, right? It's so cute, the brooch. Yes, welcome to everybody who just tuned in. We have just, we're still reading Fragment of the Universe. This is the 3rd abnormality in my control team. Okay. Afterwards, several, where are there omitted ones? Omitted. Okay. Afterwards, several symbols resembling hearts were seen on the abnormality's body. It seemed to understand that the symbol could be used to express friendliness towards humans. Combining the results of the previous 2 experiments, we can confirm that this abnormality is non-hostile to humans and wishes to become friends. Aw, that's so cute. But it's giving you a hard time in the beginning though, makes you chase it. But then at least, they only want to connect. Okay. Very much like what we see in alien movies. Yes, it's a friend. That's why I call them friends. You know, at first I called them pets, but then I realized, oh, they're not exactly pets. They're friends. Okay. Document 1, employee David's song. David was famous in his department for his attempts to communicate with a fragment of the universe. He was an intellectual who enjoyed reading philosophical books and gazing at the stars. He held interest in the abnormality, and as such, he got the job. He researched its language and behavior purely out of personal interest. So what became of David? Eventually, he succeeded in entering the domain, of the fragment of the universe. However, it was obvious that his small brain couldn't withstand it. Imagine David is an intellectual, a researcher, and he still has a small brain. If a normal person, like if a casual, would enter the domain, oh my gosh, instant kill. Alright, he was transferred to the psychiatric ward and died of starvation while singing an unrecognizable song. This is why the abnormality's voice cannot be revealed to the public. David is too dumb. Disrespect by the writer. Too bad its laughter is causing people to go insane. Right? So you can be compatible with a person in many ways, but then something hits. That is so sad. Ooh, LobCorp singularity physics. That is the cogito, right? The thing that can extract something from your deep, dark thoughts. So I'll wait for you guys to answer, and let's see. Audio record echoes in the universe currently removed. Singing. Why didn't you tell me earlier that the abnormality was responsible for their condition? I have no idea if there's any pattern, but they all show the same strange behavior on the exact same days. Can you imagine a group of patients staring at the sky with dazed faces? Wailing strange noises in the corridor at night while everyone is asleep. That sounds like wolves when they go outside with a full moon and then they go awoo. Okay, I had such a difficult time persuading the other patients that they must have been practicing for the company's upcoming Halloween event. Halloween event! Oh my god, isn't every day a Halloween in this facility? Okay, Sephiroth's story explains the river. Oh, with Bina. Bina kept saying that, you know, she was trying to pull out water from the well. Yeah. Too bad I haven't finished the missions, actually. So I've missed like a lot of things. Okay, so singing, where were we? The Halloween event. Psychiatric treatment and medicine won't help. Coming, coming, still coming. They keep repeating these words, and anything else they utter is not from any language we know. I think sending them to a general hospital was an unwise decision. Doctor from the record deleted ward. Wow. I mean, this is a bit sad, right? Because like this Fragment is here to make friends, but then it's too much for us. What do you call Bino wearing the Queen Bee's ego? Yeah. There was actually, I was saying that when I was in her facility because of the honeycomb theme that she has on her jacket or on her suit. So yeah, she was really Queen Bee. Leave crumbs to further down the well. This is like leaving a trail of money for me to crawl into. Okay. Well, I'm quite sad about this, but yeah. Oh, fragment of the universe. That's why we have to wear a lot of outfits for us to withstand her black damage. Okay, next. Alright, so we have the mirror of adjustment. Okay. It assumes the shape of a shovel, is that what you call it? Glass. Isn't shovel a horse? I don't know. Okay. Nothing is reflected on its surface. So those who face the mirror of adjustment will have their stats randomly adjusted. Okay. The only thing it shows its people. When facing oneself in the mirror, the subject changes. There are numerous suggestions like the possibility of a linkage to a parallel universe or magical powers, but none of this can be confirmed. Okay. If one faces mirror of adjustment more than once a day, all their stats will lower, yes, each subsequent time they face it. Yisang. Okay. Yeah. Abnormality in a nutshell is when you want to make new friends, but you can only info dump. Yi sang in the mirror. Yes. So after reading all of these, I am going back to day one so that we can get all of those things. Oh, we need them. We need all of them. The the core suppressions, right? To reach day 50. Oh, okay. I have not started the new canto yet. I am still doing my revisions. Currently, I've been sent my chapter 2 revision, so I'm going to do that tomorrow. So, if they send me the rest of it this week, then I can really start on Monday. Okay. Yes. Yeah, but I will probably start it on Monday. Whatever happens, if even if they don't finish their revisions yet. Okay, so those who face themselves in a mirror may appear the same, but in actuality, they have become completely different people. Wow, okay. Looking into the mirror multiple times will gradually eat away one's humanity until they become indistinguishable from a hollowed husk of a man. So caution is advised. Wow, mirror of adjustment giving us like, what do you call that? Like body dysmorphia. Like every time you look at it, something is wrong. Oh my god. Yo, Brian just walked right past me without saying a word. What's up with him? Oh, he took a peek at the mirror. You know, he's always complained about being born too weak. I guess he finally made his mind about it, huh? The satisfaction is only temporary, though. Oh my god. That was that that was quick. It escalated. Mhm. Okay. You guys have better get a look at Brian. That is so sad. Alright, that was the control team. Okay, next is our information team. Oh. So we have this notorious fella, the punishing bird. So yeah, it was small bird before, but when you completed it, it became punishing bird, right? Okay. You know, when I did the first stream and then I looked at all the chats, you were saying, what was that? Guideline 3, guideline 3. Okay, I did not see that before. So it is here. That, yeah, you don't have to kill them. And I sacrificed like my employees for that. That is so sad. Okay. But let's see, a small and confident bird that punishes the evil, guilty, and all sorts of irreverent people. Some employees have said that it is cute when the bird mightily flutters its tiny wings. People have been committing sins since long ago. Why do they commit sins knowing it's wrong? Moral question, why? Okay, the small bird wondered. It must be because there's no one to punish people for their misdeeds. If someone takes that role, then no foul act would happen in this world ever again. With this in mind, the little bird left the forest it had been living in and never went back. Wow. So this is like a hero's journey for this bird. Punish evil. I'm curious though. The judgment bird, did it change the name? I think not, right? So it was a small bird. Then it has like character development, so it becomes the punishing bird. Okay, that was short, but substantial. Okay. Oh, I did not read the chat. Hold on, I refreshed. Uh, let me see. The mirror is required for speed runs since the stat adjustments are useful. Okay, I'll take note of that. Oh, but I don't know if I'm going to get it again, right? I'm going to restart. So first trump. Let Lamarcus die. Oh my god. I've been tagged by Ellie. They will never forgive me. Okay. Complete the bird event. No, I have not. I don't know if I want that to happen. Okay. The apocalypse bird. Yes, I think the guys mentioned it in the chat that they combine like an exodia and have that form. Okay. No, I did not. I did not get spoiled. My sibling already told me about it, so yeah. All the birds have simple names at the start. Oh, okay. Long bird. Ah. Okay, I did not notice that. Maybe because I was excited getting all the especially the managerial things ticked off so that I could read how to deal with it. So yeah. Big bird plush. Do they sell LobCorp merch though? I would love to have one. Yeah, some merch please. We'd throw money at that. In Korea. Please, international shipping. Okay. So, Fairy Festival. It is a sacred act to be protected by fairies in any world. However, do not enter their containment unit just to have a bit of fun. If you've read a few books on them, you'll know that fairies dislike those who take advantage of their kindness. The corresponding document is only accessible by employees level 4 and higher. When Walter, who was under the care of the fairies, died in the room of another abnormality, we noticed some anomalies. His stomach and face were ripped off, and his eyeballs and organs were damaged, as if they were eaten by something. Moreover, the containment unit Walter was found in was for an abnormality that used psychological attacks. So, white damage. Meanwhile, the fairies had someone's blood and flesh smeared all over their mouths. Oh my god, they really ate him. We did not bother to examine them to find out whose flesh and blood it was. Well, in our world, there are a few outcomes that result from perfect kindness. Having fairies that live in a forest visit you just because they like you, or that you've done many good deeds, is only something that happens in fairy tales. Even though we know this truth, we still sometimes become deluded. Yeah, right? So because those fairy tales that are like Disney princesses, they are the rose-colored lens versions of those. They are the Cogito filtered ones. But fairy tales are so scary. Thinking that the fairy scare is happening because of all the good deeds we've done, or that the fairies are favoring us because there is something that makes us more special than the other employees. The fairies are no more than carnivorous monsters, and their protection is their method to keep the meat fresh. When an employee enters another containment unit, they gobble them up in fear that they would lose their food to something else. Quite possessive. It's like, they play with your food. Okay. However, the employees were greatly satisfied by the fairy scare, and we saw a drastic decrease in accident rate. So we deemed it unnecessary. What? To tell the truth to the employees. Oh my gosh. Dang. They're really out here leaving clauses for for the contract. I cannot. Okay, let me read. In their theme cafe. Oh, WCorp Fest and hat. Oh yeah. Their merch is that the Ham Ham Tang Tang store. Yeah, we should put that in our pilgrim site, the store. Very gentleman. Where is that from? No international store, but there are some Korean sellers that buy things for you. Oh, like a service or a third party. Flushing. Nigel Thornberry. Like an adventure that we go. Survival of the fattest. Oh my gosh. The Fairy Gentleman from the Mirror Dungeon. I don't think I've encountered that one. Have I? Because sometimes I run it auto. Yeah, you know, in some movies, the fairies are not as cute. They have like very sharp fangs and stuff. Not an it's an event, not a fun. I don't think I have. I remember the paper cranes though. Like that's the one who was asking for coffee or something, or giving coffee. But that was really the first thing that I noticed. I think was this one. Where was it? Not the train. It was. Oh, what? It was this one. It was the machine that will you let it carry your luggage for you? I think that was it. That was the first one that I noticed. Because I started LobCorp playing LobCorp like April, so I didn't know the other ones before when I started Nimbus. But yeah, this one was the first I noticed. It was like, would you let it carry your luggage for you? So okay, that was quite interesting. Now we have the hot day. See, very cute. As I mentioned before, I have a dog that looks like this, so I'm very biased that it's cute. Okay, I heard that you can hear someone's bones breaking if you walk the hallways at night. Donor. I was that donor, you just didn't know. Okay, yeah. I heard that you can hear someone's bones breaking if you walk the hallways at night. If you try and track down that sound, you'll find a yeti who's eating one of our employees. It looks like a yeti when it's escaping. Okay. However, we don't have an abnormality that looks anything like a yeti. Excerpt of an audio record. John, you should be thankful, dude. You've got a lucky chance to get to work with the goodest boy in the world, Hode. Jacob, it's bapping me with its paws. Is this an attack? John, he just wants you to feed him. Don't you know that it's a trend in our company to always carry a packet of dog food or two? Jacob, well, I don't really like animals. John lets out an irritated mumble. By the way, this little pup's pretty beefy. Is that how dogs usually are? I guess this one's played a lot of catch, huh? John, we used to play fetch with him pretty often just to watch how cute he was running after the ball, though we stopped for some reason. Jacob, hey, did you see its face when I fed it? It was super creepy, I swear. Oh my gosh. It's just your imagination, man. He's always like our little angel. Isn't that white? Who's a good boy? Jeez, this does this thing have some kind of power to mentally manipulate people? No idea what you're on about, Jacob. Do you do Widow Buddy? Widow Cutie Pie? Do you? Okay. This is how my dad talks to this. To this dog too. My dad is like, no more dogs, and then you bring the dog in and he's turned. He's charmed. Mm-hmm. Right? I don't know where he hides that size of his before he goes out. So, did you wait for me, Pode boy? Hey, it's eating something. Aren't we supposed to be the first people in its unit today? But just to say, Pode, wherever you are, whoever Pode's owner is, your dog is immortalized in a game. That is amazing. Thank you for your contribution. Okay. No, as a game writer, I would put my friends' names as NPCs, and then I would send them a screenshot. Hey, look, I used your name. Or sometimes, if I'm not sure if they want to, I would ask them, hey, can I use you for this character? Then I explain it, and then they say, okay. I think it's so nice to be immortalized in a game. My little goody, good boy was just hungry. Man, he's just so cute. Look at how he's numbing on that. Okay, my train of reading is being disrupted. What the hell is it chewing on? Shit, I knew it. That's James's finger. What? He went missing during the last patrol shift. Can't you see the nail? Remember him bragging about having a heart painted on his nails? I told you, dude. This thing's up to no good. I can't believe it. This abnormality is the killer. I get that you're shocked, but I told you a bunch of times that there's no way a cute pet could be harmless in this place. Man, I'm glad you finally came to your set. Who didn't feed him on time? Poor little guy's been starving all night. It's so heartbreaking. Well, I think we're supposed to suppress it. How could you even suggest doing something so heartless to a cute little good boy like this? Just look at his eyes. How could an innocent animal do anything wrong? Isn't that white, you good little cutie boy? The abnormality shows no reaction, only the sound of a bone being gnawed on its audible. Dude, your little angel is gnawing on your colleague's finger. Oh, I think this is the text that we get when we get to choose the abnormalities. Right. What are you, a newbie? Don't you know everything cute is forgiven here? Cuteness can get away with anything. Even my dog does that. I've never heard that, and I seriously don't think it's true. We're gonna tranquilize it, and if you don't, then I'll do it by myself. No! Following the evidence I've provided in the recording, I requested that Jacob be immediately demoted for firing such a thing at Pode. Wow, John is such a simp for this dog. A terrible evil animal abuser has no place working in our company. Our goodest boy in the world, Pode, has been traumatized by this incident. He'll only eat 5 kilograms of his favorite snack now. Dude, to help him cope with the trauma, I suggest we request a new snack for Pode, premium grade salmon rich with vitamin D. I'll be waiting for your reply. Your request has been accepted. What? We spend so much money to feed this dog. In your next message, please make sure you attach 5 different photos of the goodest boy in the world, Pode. Thank you in advance. That was such a meme. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, really? Pode means good boy. Oh. Wow. But it is so funny because it is true, right? It happens in real life. Pode can get away with anything. Pode did no wrong. Yeah. I was waiting for John and Jacob like to really throw hands at each other for this. But yeah. That was wild. The slime. Oh no, I don't think I have it. The only magical girl that I have is the queen. Okay. This one, I've seen this no yes thing in Donkey's base EGO. It's like plastered on her wall, but I'm not sure if it's the same. Okay, so a mysterious worn-out machine. Oh, you must be happy. I forgot to read it. You must be happy. A mysterious worn-out machine used for operations. When an employee uses the machine, they will experience an increase in all their stats. This machine was designed to pull back the skull, destroy nerve tissue safely and efficiently. Wait, does that, because our skull is pulled back, we get an increase? Huh, okay. How does that happen? Ah. Okay, I actually thought that it was 1.72 megahertz because this one, I was reminded of this one. Oh, I cannot. So it was actually this one, right? Because of the you must be happy with the choices that we had from that event. Yeah. Do you love the city you live in? We kept pressing yes, 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 yes. I was scared at first. If I press no, what if what if it exploded? Mm-hmm. Okay. This is my favorite EGO of Merso as well. The Screw Loose Swallow. That was so good. The Game of Death, yeah. It was actually really nice. I really love that event. Okay. Many of those who underwent an operation inside the machine have found themselves rested and healthy again. Be sure to stop the machine only when it displays yes. If it is stopped while a no, all stats will drop as much as they were due to increase. Those who answered yes to the question, do you love your city, were deemed cured, and those who answered no weren't allowed to discharge. The increased stats will return to normal the next day. However, employees who've gained more than 200 points in their stats will vanish the next day. Wow. If you're too OP, you die. Okay. The longer the machine is in use, the better a person becomes. Furthermore, the longer it is used, the faster the question will change. Caution. There was once an incident where an employee who used the machine for 5 times more in a single day and exploded on the spot. Damn. I had the opposite outcome. I was spamming yes and Limbus because I knew about this one first. Oh. I wonder if any other abnormality aberrated to being more sentient like the backwards clock. The backwards clock was the one with the luggage, right? Yeah, because the others don't move, but it does. But we have the train too. But I don't know. It's not exactly sentient. It's just, yeah. I honestly have no idea what the core suppressions are gonna be like. I just expect it to be difficult. Okay, we finished the information team. Now let's go to the training team. I actually opened safety first, but let's do training because I think story-wise, it should have been this one first. So let's see. We have Porcubus. Oh, let's get this. Okay, time for the head to burst. What an opening. Right. To be frank, life in this place isn't so great. The company says they provide healthy hobbies, but not many people engage in that notion. Everyone looks for their own escape, be it violence, gambling, gluttony. I thought I had the strength in self-control and discipline compared to others. It didn't help me live a smoother life. Maybe that's the reason I was assigned to Porcubus containment unit. Yes, Porcubus, where the lowest of the low employees visit. Really? I've heard a bit about what the other employees can do in that containment. They call it the game of trust. A game of trust, what an elegant thing to name it, omitted. According to other employees, it wouldn't be too difficult to become intimate with it. Why is this in the first person? And once I get along with it, I could acquire all of it with ease. Let's see. Wow, HOD suppression, core suppression sounds very difficult. That's the first one you want me to do. Well, I mean, I guess leading to that part because I don't know, HOD was very emotional with the last conversation that I had with her, right? Because she felt betrayed and unwanted. That is so sad. Okay, this is written in the first person. When I first touched its thorns, it felt quite prickly. It felt like a giant needle penetrated my skin, though there wasn't... Hold on. You know, I thought all this time that Porcubus was a rose or something, but it looks like a cactus actually. Now that I have a good look at it. It's like a cactus with a flower. Though there wasn't any bleeding and the pain went away after a moment, then there was the most intense happiness you'd ever experienced. Is this plant drugging people? it'd make it'd make your knees weak. When I snapped out of it, I found myself drooling. Oh my god. It scared me, so I didn't go back for a while. Then the situation gets worse. You'll get withdrawals. Oh, yes, it's drugging. Like retching or sweating. Different employees show different symptoms. One employee even pulled out all of their teeth because they felt like bugs were crawling over them. Oh my god. How it felt? I can't find the words to describe it. Remember the greatest happiness you've ever felt in your life? This feeling would be hundreds of times better. Wow. Okay, I don't know what is wrong with the chat. It is not loading. An interview with an employee. Okay. Huh. Wow, I need to have my sibling for physical support. That sounds very, very difficult. Yeah, so this plant is drugging us. Okay. You say that I'm the last employee in charge of Porcubus? That's understandable, as the brain craves more intense stimulation. At first, all I had to do was be lightly pricked by one of the thorns. Now I have to rub my whole body against it to get to the same high. Oh my god. I feel like all the blood in my body will rush to my head, eventually bursting it. I've already imagined my head bursting 1,000 times anyhow. I have to get going. It's almost time for work. Actually, I'm drenched with sweat right now. Did you notice? Oh. And Porcubus doesn't show any aggression, unlike your speculation. It didn't eat us or bite our heads off or anything. All the corpses were smiling happily, that's all. It just makes people smile until death. I remember, right, the first stream we had, that somebody died in that containment. Yeah. And somebody said that they died happy. Yes, they did. Okay. No one is to blame. We have to go through hell every day. We're just having a small taste of heaven. A small? Okay. You know what? I feel sorry for you. You've never felt these feelings, and you never will. But you have to interview an employee on the edge like me while pretending to be decent. Oh my gosh. Now it's time for my head to burst. Good day. Well, that... Yeah. That is a rush that they get, and then even when sitting through this interview, they were they were quite agitated, and they were all sweating, like just ready to bolt out and go do their work. On the bright side, you know, it gets them working every day, but at what cost? So, yeah. We all have our Porcubus, but hopefully not too much. But Porcubus is really pretty. I really like it. Okay, so let me just get some water first, since I keep clearing my throat. Hold on, maybe like 2 minutes. Hey, thank you for waiting. Water. Story Pop Rocks comes somewhat close. It's like a grass-type Pokemon who's also a drug dealer. Closest thing I've done to doing drugs when I was a kid was drinking water mixed with wildflowers. I got so dizzy. Oh. Wildflowers. Magical leaf makes so much sense now. Wow. Right? So this is what happens to us if we do it. So, okay. We have this, the pink shoes. The red shoes, rather. Pink was from Limbus. Okay. I'm just gonna read it as a dialogue so it comes out more natural. Right. So the work on your part is all done, right? I just finished mine. That little match girl is still the same state. It's so frustrating. Wanna grab some coffee at the lounge? Little match girl? Like the one that sells matches? And then all her matches got wet? This is the same thing? You know, there's something I've been thinking about for a long time. Let's talk when we get to the lounge. I'm just too tired right now. Hey, are you wearing shoes? Only staff footwear is allowed during work. That's not important. What's important is that we are alone at the moment. What are you talking about? Wait, what exactly are you wearing on your feet? You didn't wear it, did you? Oh, it's a confession. Okay, I've loved you for a while. Take it off now. Do you even realize what you're doing right now? I was thinking about you. Why wouldn't you love me back? Oh, I was thinking about why you wouldn't love me back. It's Emily, isn't it? You were so busy looking at Emily. You didn't even notice me, right? Oh my gosh. Is that an axe you're holding? And you're bleeding from your ankles? Oh! Oh! My god! Wait, I just noticed that the weapon is an axe! And in the story, they use the axe to cut off the feet, right? Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, okay. So all I need you to, where's that? I'm begging you, please take that off. So all I need to do is get rid of Emily. Wait here for a bit, it won't take long. You have to stay still till I come back. Please snap out of it, please. If you want to stop me, you should have done that the day we first met. Whoa. Stunned. Two was stunned, two stunned one with their reaction. Oh, with their weapon and went to the lounge. Fortunately, no one else besides one was harmed, including Emily. Two was soon removed from the company database. They were entirely aware of what they were doing. They admitted that the shoes only encouraged them to do what they always desired. The response team handled the suppression of two. Afterward, the red shoes ran away, tearing Two's ankles off their body. It took a total of 23 minutes for them to be suppressed, contained, and returned to their containment unit. Two died from excessive blood loss. So, one only sustained minor injuries, but elected to resign due to excessive psychological trauma. Dang. This is just dating sim in the PM universe. Yeah. Music is a bit loud. Okay, let me lower that a bit. Okay, how about that? Is that fine? It's negative 37 now. You don't love me? Distorts. Okay. I think maybe two. Because after I read the comments in the previous live, it's like, you know, to click, I think that was where I read it, or it was like in a Reddit post. I think I think it was a Reddit post that because I had this tree, right? I had the tree, the parasitic, and then it kept dragging or charming employees into the containment unit. And I was thinking of finding a way how to deal with it. So in a Reddit post, I think I read that you have to click on the face, I think, or on the person themselves to stop them from going to the containment. And I tried that with the red shoes, and oh, it worked. Okay. So I found it that way, how to stop them from going inside and going crazy. Okay, so I am still so happily surprised about the weapon, right? Because it's, oh, this one. Yeah, so you have the shoes and you have the weapon, which I have been thinking. I have been thinking about this. That one of the best things about the gameplay is that we know that these abnormalities, most of them are from the minds, right? And it's from your trauma, your fears. They bring it out. And the thing that will defeat your trauma are the EGOs that they give you. So basically, you know, this is like a Pandora's box, and everything comes out, and then you have hope at the end of it. So the red shoes giving you the way to kill it with this, it's pretty good. That's all I can say. Like, it's like poetic cinema. So everything that your fears are, like all of these things can be defeated by also the things that they give you sometimes. But like this is immune, but at least it gives you defense. So I just think that is very good. If you do the core suppressions, you will get very significant facility upgrades corresponding with which Sephira you suppress. Jokes aside, I recommend you to do at least hot suppression. I will try to do everyone's. Oh my gosh. I fell for the cute elf memes and got destroyed in my final week. Me too! I was choosing someone. I really wanted, yeah, Mason to get those ears, so I kept sending him here. But it's good. It's a good thing that if only one of the employees go here, right, they will only get that one blessing, like the flower. It will only be one, right? Even if how many times you go there. So it only counts as 5 if there are 5 different people going in there. So yeah. I don't know. I cannot get past. Yeah, I cannot suppress anymore, I think. Yeah, because it's day 46. Everything is gone. Yeah. Oh, but it would have been fun though, right? Because I don't have the advantages. But if I reset, I have all these things. So, but that is still fun for me because I haven't done it ever. Okay. This is the Iron Maiden. Okay. It didn't get any love. I'm so sorry. So we have the bear. Happy teddy bear. Okay. This one as well is a bit possessive. Or actually not, because you have to interchange, right? You cannot do this, or you cannot work on this abnormality twice in a row. You have to change. Yes, the train. The train was... It made me paranoid. Okay, we get one more from here. Oh, yes. Yeah, there's also an event, right, in the dungeon where we have to, do we get out the nails and stuff? I remember this one too. So this abnormality is an abnormality that resembles a large raggedy teddy bear. It's missing some fur and only has one eye. Okay, do you guys like stuffed toys? I'm not a stuffed toy person. I don't know how to take care of stuffed toys, so I don't really buy stuffed toys. I think ever since I was a kid, I was never fond of stuffed toys. Oh, you used to. You have so many. Oh, that's very cute. I like seeing stuffed toys when they're like in other people's spaces. But for me, I don't know. I guess I'm not that attached to stuffed toys. I do have dolls still, like ball jointed dolls. Those are the ones that I have. Okay. The old ribbon around its neck hints that it may have received much affection from its previous owner. There is a name on the ribbon, but it is too tattered to be discernible. It seems that it knows it has been abandoned and looks dejected. That is so sad. Oh, so animals. Oh, stuffed animals are so cute. I was on the night patrol. Excerpt from counseling log. I was on the night patrol. I didn't feel the need to pay attention to Happy Teddy since it was harmless for the most part. I just looked inside the containment unit to check on it. Teddy was hugging someone tightly. I thought, oh, death by hugs, right? Because the cause of death for this one is asphyxiation, so you couldn't breathe because they were hugging too tightly. I love it. Okay. I mean, I love the detail, but I don't like the way um people are getting killed. Yeah, it's a bear hug. I thought it was blank that people who the employee who was in charge of Teddy for a while working late, but something was odd. I entered the unit and called their name, but they didn't answer. I immediately pressed the emergency button to call in reinforcement. Turns out they had been in a coma for 8 hours. Oh my gosh, they were in Teddy's arms the whole time. Dang. Yeah. An old letter stamped with rejected. Remember what was written in the employee manual? Do not have personal feelings towards abnormalities. This is like a romance warning. Every time that like a guy would say, oh, "Don't fall in love with me." At first, I didn't get what that was supposed to mean. Does it even make sense to develop an emotion toward those monsters in the first place? It's okay. They are monsters. Between the two of us, we can call them that. Happy Teddy Bear was the second abnormality you took charge of. I guess you must have thought that not all abnormalities are monstrous after seeing it. The figure of an old abandoned teddy bear may have brought up old memories of yours. Teddy seemed to like your hugs. Yeah, it would actually produce more energy when you were around, and in no time, they put you in charge of Teddy. You probably felt some kind of responsibility for it, right? I started getting worried as you visited Teddy's unit more and more often. It felt as though you were visiting an orphanage for volunteer work. It seems Teddy saw you as its new owner. Maybe you had been happy to hear that, but you see, Teddy never wanted to be separate from its owner ever again. That's why it's attachment work, right? It's like, I was abandoned and now I have a new owner and I never want to let go of that owner. That's why it's attachment. Why are they hot? Yeah, I really like. Oh, hold on, I forgot to finish reading that, but this abnormality can get it. I'm just saying that this abnormality can get it. Okay, back to Teddy. All right, so you probably always promised that you'd return, but it couldn't understand. I heard that you miraculously survived, and that they spent an hour trying to separate you from Teddy's embrace. Though others may forget about you, I will always remember you. May there be a miracle. I'm actually so sad for this, but I love the details they put into the works as well that's connected to the story, because yeah, the attachment thing, not doing it more than once because you will die of a bear hug because it's just so attached to you. The amount of detail, I love it. Okay. Then why are they hot? I do not have personal feelings for abnormalities. If you happen to develop personal feelings towards abnormalities, refer to one. Yeah, I admit it. They're bullet. Oh. There's a reason why someone paid me to write a lewd fic. Oh my gosh! And the Queen of Hatred! Oh my god. Because I don't have execution bullets, I use him in order for her to actually be sane. So I see it. I see it. Oh my god. Okay. So that was our training team. I had Bong Bong here, but I think somebody said this is the wrong Bong Bong. So we go here, the safety team. In my early days, I was so afraid of this because I was so shocked that it pulled my employee and then ate it. But like when I got to the middle floors or the middle levels, I was like, okay, this was actually much tamer. A hero villain romance dynamic, that would be nice too. Mm. Oh, is the spice bush from this one? I got the spice bush, by the way. I was so happy. At first, I got Faust, the one who grips. Then I was like, I got this 10 times already, please stop it. And then I got him. The weapon, the fan. Oh, right. Right, the fan. I was thinking, like, hey, Yi Sung's turned into the golden bow. The game is over. Queen of Hatred browsing the net in a musical, and Censor just ruins her with the truth. What is that? You guys link that up later so I can watch as well. Mhm. It's interesting though. But this one has a really nice aesthetic. I like the pink one and the fan. That I really love fans as a weapon, you know. Like we have Anji Mito in Guilty Gear, and when I saw Yi-sang's uh like video of that showcase, I was like, I need to have this. I need to have it. So yeah. Show me the video, guys. I want to see it too. Okay, so you can leave that in the comments in one of my posts. Then I will check. Okay, so we have the grave of the cherry blossoms. A tree stands in the middle of the containment unit. It never withers, even when it is not given any form of nutrition. Some employees take time to rest near this tree. Employees sometimes enter its containment unit for leisure. Hey, Savior. Oh, Savior. Did you see the new abnormality? I think you got to I think you got put in charge of it. Yeah, I saw it all right. Just some tree with buds along its branches. I don't think they'll be able to blossom without sunlight. Did you start making observations and writing your reports yet? Nah, I think I'll get to it soon enough though. Alrighty, take care. Hey, long time no see. How's it going lately? Yo, get this. You know that abnormality we talked about before? I don't think it's hostile. And guess what? It started blooming. It was so surreal looking at them. It felt like spring had come for the first time in this place. Is that okay? Usually any sort of change is a bad omen for something catastrophic here. Don't worry, it's just some harmless little flowers. Thanks for worrying about me, though. Oh, Pansy is French. Bonjour again. how's work been going for you? Golly, the flowers just keep blooming. I think it'll fill up the whole containment unit at this rate. You should see it all for yourself. It's really beautiful. I don't think I'd ever get sick of looking at it. I'd love to, man, but I can't. I've been so busy lately. Really? Damn, what a shame. It's absolutely magnificent, I'm telling you. You doing alright, by the way? You've been making a lot of mistakes these days. It seems like you've been spacing out a ton, too. Don't worry, it's nothing. I gotta head back now. Oh, I've been making a sketch of the tree, actually. I'll let you be the first person to see it when it's done. Or when I'm done. And some employees will be captivated by this, right? So, okay. No, I haven't read the Queen yet. We are in our security team, so yeah. It got blocked. Oh, okay. You can leave the title, then I will try to look for it. Yeah. Thunder Branch. Remember the dry tree where you have to water it over and over again in the MD? Could it be an aberration of the grave of cherry blossoms, perhaps? Did I encounter that? I don't think I have. What do you guys think? Okay, while you answer that, I will continue. Audio recording of counseling session. Yeah, I've been better recently. I got better at managing abnormalities too. Going to Grave of Cherry Blossom's chamber makes me feel weirdly amazing, like you said. I never believed that mumbo jumbo about Flora giving out a good aura or whatever. But I guess it was true. It's such a shame I can't see those cherry blossoms with Xavier. I got to see his work in progress sketch when I was rummaging through his stuff one time. So Xavier is dead now? The actual tree was much more beautiful. It was more magnificent than everything he described it as. It's such a tragedy he went missing before seeing how it is now. If you find any abnormality suspicious, please make sure you look into him, alright? Yep, I'm fine now. I shook off that feeling. The cherry blossoms all fell after I saw it at that time. Yet I saw buds poking out of the branches again. Would it be alright if I oversaw the abnormality from now on? No, it's no big deal. I just want to see those flowers in full bloom again. Yes, thank you. Oh, yeah, it's enchanting. Notice of advice. We've received reports about an alarming increase in the number of employees who want to view Grave of Cherry Blossom's containment. This fervent rush of requests is likely due to the absence of natural scenery in our facility. However, I don't think there is any need to make a rule against it. We've found that our staff's mental contamination indices decreased when looking at the Grave of Cherry Blossoms. The reason behind this is unimportant. It could be Flora giving out good aura, for all anyone cares. The only thing that's certain is that the Grave of Cherry Blossoms captivates our employees, and they don't know what lies beneath its roots. Did you realize that the cherry blossoms are strikingly... Oh! Oh my god. Strikingly crimson, and its unmatched beauty is caused by its color. Yeah, yeah. The more blood it has, the more beautiful it is. Our employees who are oblivious to it are drawn to it again and again. Just keep everything hush hush for now. It's how things work in this place. Oh god. Now that you know the Limbus gang, you put their faces on the protagonists of the books when you read them. Not exactly. So, like, to me, Gregor still looks like Franz Kafka. So that is the Gregor that I have when I read the books, or when anything Kafka is remotely mentioned. And Don Quixote as well, because there's really a... all this... There's a description in the books of how Don Quixote looks like, and he's a grown man. So, yeah. Who else did I read? Probably Yi Sang-wood. Yeah. Usually, I would think of their authors if I've seen their authors. But Ryoshu is different as well. So, Ryoshu is not actually the name of the protagonist in Hell's Scream. His name was Hide something. I think it ended with Hide. So it was easy to separate Ryoshu from that. But the real Ryoshu was from like 1,000 years ago. So yeah. Acto 3's dungeon was the safety team hub, and the chalice was on the floor. I just noticed the green one, but it was actually the safety team hub? Wow. Chesed. Oh, so you mentioned Chesed. I love him. I think he's my favorite. Do you know how the wings replace the gap in energy production now that LCorp is no longer providing them with virtually limitless energy? Hmm. Well, some people are still looting, right? They're still looting the old um LCorp facilities. But yeah, I don't know how that supply can last. If dangerous, why pretty? That's always a combo. When you don't read them, Yan, as a blue twink. No, probably because I've read it before I played Kanto 3. So I cannot put Demian's face there. Because there was a description of Demian as well, like he's tall and very handsome and things like that. When I read, I don't actually put faces on the characters. They just exist as a name. I think that's how it is for me. Unless it's kind of like directly tied to the author, like Gregor is and Kafka is. Sad coffee boy. Yeah. So with the enkephalin supply that they still had, it could still power the whole city, because we don't also know how much enkephalin one needs to actually power it. So whatever stock they have must still be enough, unless it isn't, right? Mm-hmm. So I always remember Yuri whenever they say like hush hush or don't tell the employees that, because that is so sad. Uh, and you know, when I found out what what Hokuma was doing, I literally screamed. It's like, oh my god, he's like a harbinger of death, sending all those letters to whoever he thought was so desperate enough to get a job. Oh, Angela mentioned competitors. I think she did, right? I wonder what kind of power they give. But I was thinking earlier as well that enkephalin is somehow what's the term? Like solar or renewable, right? Because the abnormalities don't die. You can keep farming them. So it's a renewable source. Okay, we have this baddie. I was so scared of this one, to be honest. The borrowing heaven. So I think after no, it's not. It's not this one. The first one I got was the cherry blossom. And then was it this one? I think it was yang. Yeah. Or anyways, I forgot the placement. A staring contest between borrowing heaven and Schadenfreude. But Schadenfreude blinks. Yeah, I thought it was difficult at first, but yeah, as long as you feed it the right way, it doesn't actually make problems. A thorny abnormality that feeds on the gaze of others and sometimes stretches its wings. Don't look away, just keep your eyes on it. It lives inside your gaze. The containment is but a facade. Contain it in your sight. Blinking is okay. It will tolerate such a brief moment of disruption. However, once it recognizes that it lost your attention and focus, it will spread its wings. Yes, wings. As if to praise a long forgotten god, its lean body, bloody wings will stretch and cover the whole corridor. The wings will still bear fruit, using fresh corpses as food. If it still fails to gain your attention, the stalks will pierce the facility and grow toward a sunny spot. Like an angel, its wings will reach the skies and extend toward the ground, eventually blocking the sun out. Dang! But there is still hope. When you finally turn your eyes and bring it with your cognizance, it will return to its deep, dark subterranean area. That is, if you manage to survive by then. It's so scary the way that it kind of like impales people as well. It's like they're hanging laundry. It's so scary to see. And like, yeah. But I like the EGO that it gives. especially the crown. I think it was nice. This one, Helmet Heaven. Judgment Bird. How was it the first time? I didn't think it was that difficult. Maybe because I got it like further uh into the game. Yeah, sometimes, I would forget that I'm actually working on this abnormality, and then that time when I had Schadenfreude, I had to go down and look away too, right? So I thought that was okay, these two are opposites. Turns their body parts into fruit. Exactly. Okay. And then this one. Hello, Yang. Oh, we're missing something. Okay. I have to check that before I go back. Oh, Yin, rather. Okay. The black pendant is darker than any other shade of black, the most obscure of all the forms of darkness in the world. Employees should not touch or possess the pendant. Merely looking at it makes one feel as if darkness is creeping into their heart. It seems that this pendant originally made up a circle, however, it is now separated from its other half. Many employees called it the devil's pendant. Some say just looking at it will fill up your mind with negativity. Employees dislike being anywhere near the thing. After all, it was the polar opposite of its other half. Many would let out similar complaints that all ended with the same remark. We wish it was only the white one. Its surroundings erode. Those who come near it suffer. Yeah, when it's swimming, like in its fish form, it deals black damage to those, like whenever it passes by. Yeah. I actually got this first before I got Yang, but it's just so I don't know. Unlucky of me that they ended up in the same department. Okay. One day, oh, was it this? Not this one. This wasn't the result of the pendant's own volition. Those things only happened because of the aura it exudes. Then it must wonder, why do I exist? If my very existence corrodes my surroundings and brings suffering and darkness to whoever interacts with me, maybe I shouldn't have been born at all. Just like they say. Oh my god! Oh my god! This is so sad. It's like this Yin knows that, yeah, this is, I don't know. I feel so sad now. I'm laughing, but it's depressed. Depressed. Oh, okay. Oh, Yang is rigged to show up after Yin? Dang. Yeah, whenever this comes out of the containment, I just reset the day. I don't want to uh yeah, sacrifice a lot of people for it. I see. Okay. The Alephs are easier to deal with than Yin. Only when it goes out, I think. Yeah. Although when we do try to use insight work, it does fluctuate. Like it can be good, it can be normal. Even with the same person. I don't know if it's because of the managerial thing that I forgot to read. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say anything, so I think it's just really fluctuating. Moody. Yes, I did, John. I the first time I saw it, I was amazed actually. So I was so amused by it, but at what cost? I lost like half of my facility. Oh, the painting. Oh, I don't think I have that. It was the tool, the painting tool. Hmm, okay. Uh, Maybe my creator only wanted to make the white pendant and I'm just an unintentional accident. If so, how can I, such an impure being, disappear in this world? Aww. Imagine the abnormalities are going through phases, right? One day, the black pendant heard a call. Now the day has come. It is time for us to reunite. The black pendant left the place it thought it would never leave. It found itself swimming away. Everything it passed turned to ruin. Destruction was but an instinct. It wasn't something that could be stopped, nor could it be hidden. It could see the white pendant. No, it could see the part of itself that it hadn't seen for a long, long time. The two opposites were swimming towards each other. For the first time ever, the black pendant felt meaning in its existence. We used to be one. I am, and thus you are. You are, and thus I am. I am me. I am me. I am you. You are me. We were originally together. It was a fruitless deed to divide us. Now you've become the sky, and I the land. And it's just so good to see how it becomes. It's like this an object, and then it becomes a fish, and it becomes the most powerful creature in Chinese myth, probably like the dragon. It's just so good. Like finding your wholeness makes you stronger, basically. My God, Iron Maiden as a the electricity contributor, or like the one that powers the city. Very painful to think. Okay, an employee who had a face colored with cheerful eyes began to grimace at their sudden burst of sadness. An employee who was quietly crying from having their heart broken dried their tears. An employee who was dragging along their broken leg stood up straight as if they always could. These miracles? Okay. An employee who was on their way to the lounge suddenly fainted, bleeding from every place imaginable. As the end circles back to the beginning, those who held hope are met with despair, and those who held despair are met with hope. And at the beginning, the dragon, which now became a great avatar, yeah, soared through the sky. Oh, it literally turns the tables on things because, like, if you were sick, you become healed, and if you were healthy, you get sick or you die. Actually, hmm. This is interesting, but I do now appreciate yin and yang more and their wholeness. But I haven't read yang yet, so let's see. The half of a pair that is missing each other. Yang's wearer gains resistance to white damage, yes, however, could not be found in the facility, no benefits were transferred. Okay. It reduces the mental damage the wearer has to bear. Because of this, it is called the angel's pendant. So we have the devil and the angel. Okay. Those who came near it yearned for its energy. They said it cleared their minds and gave warmth to their hearts. However, they feared the black pendant. I sure wish every abnormality was helpful like this one, they would always say, sighing. Yet it didn't understand. It never intended to help others. That was simply what it did. Hmm. So ensure that you do not place Yang's wearer in a containment unit. I always forget this one. That's why they came out. However, the world is more than simply warmth and light. The sky exists, for so does the land. Darkness exists, for so does light. Life exists, for so does death. Hope exists, for so does despair. I have all the buffs to remain an immortal agent. About that. So, the black carp swims towards harmony. The white carp swims towards chaos. What will happen when the two fish meet? Okay. Wow. That was, I think the story behind these two are such yeah. It's like a lot of people feel this way too. But like yeah, you just need to find something because that is in you as well. It's not like it has been away, missing from you. It's always within you. So it's very nice. I appreciated them more now, but they are still annoying to deal with when they go up. Okay, so down below, Rhea, the middle Sephira facility. Wow, there's still a lot, actually. What time is it? How long have I been streaming for? Wait, it's 12! Oh my gosh. Are you guys still okay? Okay, so if you guys are still okay, we can do it. I think it's late for some though. Yes, we finished all the upper Sephira. I see. Okay, then I I actually have work tomorrow, but it's not too early, so maybe we can do around 4. Let's see how much we can. We can do an hour more. I think I will commit to an hour more, like around 1 a.m. in my time. Ellie, you're gonna put a sticky, pull a sticky. Oh my gosh. Hey, if you need to work, you can, get some rest. Hello to everyone. Cesar, hello. Caesar? Is that how you pronounce your name, or short Cesar? Yes, so we've finished the Upper Sephira facility, and we have met all of our friends over here. Okay, so this time we start with the central command team with our Tiferets. Okay, so the first one we got was the Il Pianto della Luna, which was a donor, right? So this is not part of the canon, but they are very, very nice. Okay, so this abnormality was created with the ideas provided by, they actually put this, Tumblog backer, Ere, an old woman with a piano at her side. Her eyes are usually closed. She only nods instead of speaking, but on rare occasions, she will faintly smile. But before I proceed, I remember once that this one got out, and I was so confused because they were labeled, or she was labeled like a non escaping entity. And I didn't know what to do, so I attacked her, which was a bad move. and and when I read the managerial guidelines, it said like they will stop, or she will stop after the third movement or fourth movement actually. So I just learned to let her do her thing. Oh, good night, Ellie, and thank you for the time. Thank you for coming to the stream. The donor really manifested their fear of piano teachers. Oh, okay. You know, I've never had a teacher, like a one-on-one teacher, so I don't exactly know how like tutoring feels like. So if it's like this, it's traumatic for some people. So the world's greatest pianist always gave her best performances when playing that sonata, her favorite piece. Many praised her excellent skill. Some couldn't even stay seated when she played the third movement because of the overflowing energy and madness that would come of her performance. In her now empty residence, from which she left for the moon, oh, lies the piano she played since childhood, and shrunken heads which allow us to delve into her mind. Excerpt of audio record of employee counseling. We didn't see anything outside when we went to secure it. There was just some lovely lady sitting there. It was like she had been waiting for us to come. What happened when one of us approached her? Well, that guy didn't know the first thing about art or music, but before we knew it, he was playing the first movement of that sonata, and the lady smiled. To be honest, I don't think I'll ever get to hear a piano performance as beautiful as what I heard then ever again. We never got to see that guy again. Oh, that is why you need my testimony, right? Because I played the third movement. I don't know why, I don't know how or why it makes you play. Your hands just move and you feel euphoric while playing it. Everything around you fades away. It's just you and the piano. After I finished playing, exhausted, I realized what my feet had been pressing down on weren't petals but severed heads. Okay, I did not expect that. The moon represents the human psyche. They often say that the moon is beautiful. But when enough time passed, when you look at it and see the kind of face it truly wears, you'll realize you were madly in love with something so broken and shattered. In the end, we all become like the moon, all because we can't bear ourselves. Whoa! Dang, that's quite a sentiment. This was somehow bittersweet, right? So, suffered heads instead of petals. That is creepy. But why though? I still want to know more about this. The pianist of the moon, right? Is that what it means, like Il Pianto della Luna? Wait, is this like Moonlight Sonata or something? Moonlight Sonata. Somewhat. Oh, I'm sad the backer Abnos never returned. Oh. Let's see. Oh, why did I... Moonlight. Oh, right. I am so bad with names, so I always forget it. Even the The code names are so difficult for me to remember. Moonlight Sonata. That was a bit melancholic. So sad. But it's like she left for the moon. But maybe that's a metaphor for another thing, right? It's based on some urban legend. Oh, okay. Melting Love, La Luna, and Army in Black are cool. Oh, are they all donor EGOs? Melting Love, La Luna, and Army in Black? I mean, donor abnormalities, rather. Okay, the next one. So very familiar, because we also see this in Limbus with Otis's EGO. And Snow White's white apple. Snow White is a princess. Okay. When the prince kissed the princess, she coughed up bits of an apple stuck in her throat. The dwarfs cried out in happiness. Snow White and the prince walked through a flower-covered path and headed for their kingdom. Everyone lived happily ever after. Then there was the apple created from the witch's wrath and curse. It is also part of herself. The apple that dropped from Snow White's hands after a single bite could never be happy. The apple, full of loneliness and hatred toward the princess, waited for the day it would rot away and return to the earth. Was it the enchantment, or was it the wrath, which was bending the laws of nature? Even after enough time had passed for it to rot and allow its seed to bear fruit, the apple did not rot. In the meantime, one half of it was kicked and crushed by someone's foot, and the other half was filled with holes, eaten away by the likes of birds and bugs. So it's like a mutated poisoned apple. Yeah, an aberration, yeah. So the carcasses of birds and bugs piled up near the apple. The apple pondered about its existence in the midst of the corpses rotting around. One day, a branch grew from it. The leaves and branches were already withered and dry, but it continued to grow. Finally, after one afternoon, the apple gained the ability to move on its own. It thought of the princess and the prince who left happily. Snow White, who had also been sleeping for a long time. But the prince came and woke her up. The apple, now a princess in its own right, no longer needed a prince. She began to embark on a journey. Excerpt from Hidden Stories and Fairy Tales. No one knew. Author unknown. Wow. Right. So it was a mutated poisoned apple, and instead of probably seeking revenge, or is she still seeking revenge right now? But it was the queen, right, that made the poisoned apple. So yeah, apple be like, I don't need no man. Exactly. Strong, independent, golden woman. Apple. Yeah. All right. And this one, I think I use repression most of the time for this. Yeah, and it always comes out because the 5-foot counter is just one, and it's so delicate. But now I can suppress it. I'm glad that I can suppress it with much more ease. Okay, this was red. I think you were all here as well the last time when I got red from the facility. I mean from the containment choices. So they've been helpful ever since. I'm a pro. If you make a request, then I might help you. I used to be expensive, but I'll cut you some slack here, under one condition. Hand that dreadful, cunning bastard over to me if you ever see him again. I'll hang his head over my bed. Only then can I get up in the morning without having a nightmare. I think this is the line that we see when we choose the unit. An opposing abnormality taking the form of a female warrior with a striking red hood. Her frayed hood has initials embroidered on it. Does it? Well, I don't... Oh, okay. It is unreadable due to the damage the hood has taken. Many patches can be seen on the hood, suggesting it's been well worn. According to her own claims, she used to be a mercenary before coming to this facility, wandering around without fixed residence. She does not trust others easily and has extreme fondness for battle. She is unusually uncomfortable with parts of her face and body being exposed or looking at a mirror. Other numerous symptoms of paranoia have been observed in her behavior. She has a strong desire to resolve emergency situations when they break out. She calls it a request of some kind. Since this behavior consequently helps management, the company recommended putting it to use depending on the situation. So this is why we can request for her to do some stuff, but only those that are weak to red damage I can actually take advantage of it. Imagine if the original Red Riding Hood story begun with the words, "I'm a pro." Right? It's like my mother is asking me to send food to my grandmother, and like, I'm a pro. The Ebony Queen is made by evil queen becoming evil queen. Snow White is made by evil becoming own person, and that's why I like it. Oh, yes, because the poison that came from the evil queen, so it manifested in her as well when it grew up. Like, the poison, I think, made her so strong against the challenges that she faced, like getting kicked or not rotting and stuff. So it really gave this apple a new life in the form of a queen apple. By the way, that's not her mouth, it's a bandana. Her real face is mauled. Okay. Oh, see. So that's why they also give that to us. I think it may be mentioned here because I just saw Big Bad Wolf, but let's continue. So, the following contains information that employees of every level should note. However, when she encounters the Big Bad Wolf, the situation will change drastically. She will undergo several psychological transitions, including sudden depersonalization and intermittent explosive disorder. Oh, okay. This encounter will lead to serious collateral damage, so it is devised to avoid any case where the two may face each other. Good thing I don't have the wolf. So she is on the hunt for this wolf because of what this wolf did to her. As, yes, Botin del Diablo said. Indeed, she is still beautiful and very helpful as well. Under the Mask was visible under certain circumstances in the Legacy version. Let's see. You know, the time will come that she will take it off and wear it like a champion if she has that wolf's head on her back. Yes, I didn't notice that there was a sale before, but I couldn't get it because it ended. That was so sad. I wanted the art book, and then I knew or found out that it had a physical copy, so I might be on the hunt for that one. But it's in Korean, so I'm not sure. Yes, Red Ishmael, right? Because she also has some sort of beef with someone that she she was telling that she would never forgive or something. She has no skin on her face. She is not showing teeth. Is that she cannot cover them? Oh. See. But damn, imagine being young and being mauled by such a big bad wolf. Between us, there's no victory to be won. All I think about is how I'll kill that bastard in a way more gruesome and painful than the last time. Thus, there's no toasts to raise. There's no deliciously baked cakes to eat or wine to drink. I got used to grinding the axe instead of picking flowers when I was 15. The girl has lived a hard life. Okay, wow. Red Ishmael fighting telephone Heathcliff. Oh my god, I would love to see that. Oh, I'm going to be on the lookout for the next sale then. So it would be nice, right? You get the, if I could get the physical book like in Korean, and then but there's an English version, I can still reconcile the two and I could put it on my shelf. So there was also like a notebook or a diary, a journal or something that I saw, but I don't know if those are still being sold. Yes, I will save up for that. Okay. Okay, this one we cannot read, but this one is the the clock, the backward clock. Yes. Okay. So this one, do not open. We will open. Okay. This guy is pretty crazy. Nothing there. Alright, so the sight of that thing eating one of us is horrifying beyond words. Just trying to think about it might drive me mad. Heading to its containment to check the state of its shell is a toil on your mind too. Yeah, it looked like a Frankenstein dog in the first part. Imagine that a colleague of yours who you chatted with just a few days ago is now sitting in that room, neck snapped, guts exposed, walking on all fours, drooling like a beast. That's not all. When I was still a new employee, no one else was willing to enter its containment unit, so I was forced to go to work with it. It looked even worse than it does now. It was in the shape of a horribly deformed human. What's worse, it tried to mimic humans, doing stuff like looking into a mirror, mumbling to itself, or trying to fix its skeletal structure. It's as if it's trying to mimic us. Who knows, it might get good enough to actually casually walk among us one day. Well, it does turn into like this muscular dude that has eyes on it with an axe for a hand, I think, if I remember it right. But this was so hard to suppress. La criatura, the creature, the doggo ASMR. A fun fact, the knights in chapter 3 were using its weapon, or a variant of it. Oh, yeah, I remember. The one, like, the other one was with a snake arm, and then these were the other ones. Okay, so warning, only employees level 3 and higher are permitted to read this document. Yeah, right, going back, like, no one else was willing to enter. I was forced to work with it. So working with this also has like requirements of levels for justice and temperance, I think. Yeah, it's like temperance level 4 and justice level 4. Okay, so this recording is of a call from the containment unit's emergency phone. Phone systems are installed in every room of abnormalities of risk level or higher to enable quick threat response. Oh, that's nice. I think at least there's like a emergency button. We had 6 Inquisitor IDs, but no Mimicry Inquisitors now that EGO identities are on the table. Yeah, I really like the suit for this one, and the weapon as well. Sniping mini event. You mean the egg, when it turned into an egg? I'm not sure what the sniping means. Okay, employees. Employee 1. I'll just read it. Please pick up, please pick up. This is the containment unit of Nothing There. The Emergency Response Department. Hello, this is the Emergency Response Team. What's the problem? I need a stun gun right now. There's an emergency happening right now. Can you please specify the reason? The abnormality... It's ripping up the employee. Excuse me? It's killing my colleague. We'll respond immediately. Please identify the employee being attacked. It's wait, one sec. Their name's blank. The control team. Imagine getting this in the control team. That is the first team, right? That is so unfortunate. Also, control team confirmed. What's currently happening to your colleague at this exact moment? Yeah, just please hurry. We need a weapon to control the abnormality. A loud noise can be heard, presumably the scream of the colleague. Oh god, what's happening? The abnormality is attacking my colleague. It's literally ripping them apart. I can't do anything. I repeat, we need a weapon to control the abnormality. The emergency response team has been dispatched. They'll arrive shortly. Hello? What's happening now? Is it still attacking your colleague? Yeah, oh no, I think it's done now. Has it stopped attacking? No, I mean, my colleague's, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead, alright. How can you be so sure? Well, it's because has he been ripped up somehow? All body parts are damaged? All of them. Oh my gosh. Imagine having to relay all these things happening. Like, what can I do? I can just watch him and narrate what's happening. Sometimes when the Nuggets fails the job, he takes the skin and breaks free. Yeah. You have a few seconds to snipe the fake agent before NT breaks. Oh! I did not know that. It was just actually going out immediately. Or it was me not knowing that, so I go out and suppress it as well when it's out. A stun gun. Yeah, I'm not sure because I didn't have execution bullets, but I did have the bullet man. So sacrifice 2 for that event. Oh, because yeah, I guess the bullets like line up, right? So I use this one to execute clerks. I cannot pronounce his name well. But that was redacted. This is, I think, the hardest one to deal with for me in all of my facility, because when it gets out, it has like 3 forms and it slices up everyone like with that super move that he does. Oh, it's pronounced Freischütz. Freischütz. The thing, which is like the head. Oh, which one? Where there's another one called the thing. You have the rabbits. No, I don't think I have any rabbits here. Oh, okay. Interesting. The thing. I don't think I watched that, so that's very cool to know. Okay, so we have this one, the tempting elf ears. Okay, this abnormality parasite tree was created with the ideas provided by Tumbleblood backer LOL 530. An abnormality taking the form of a tree with plentiful leaves. The leaves are lush, with a rich green color, creating a comforting ambience. A refreshing flowery scent is carried by a gentle breeze. Employees who made contact with the abnormality stated that it provided them a significant psychological comfort. Such statements were deemed truthful as the employees displayed a visible increase in work efficiency, along with a notable decrease in mental corruption. Hmm. An excerpt from an employee's diary. At first, I thought it was just my imagination from being sleep deprived. But as my body and mind got more and more exhausted, the voice calling me got clearer and clearer. I can help you with your problem. Yeah, that's right, you can help me. What was I worrying about? I can smell a flowery scent. They imported a tree. The tree standing in the middle of the containment unit was such a beautiful sight to behold. I could feel the scent of flowers flit across my face, even though there was no breeze or wind. Smelling that scent for even just a moment makes my attachment for the tree blindly grow. I was very intuitive since my childhood, so I could sense that this artificial attachment was hazardous. Yeah, sometimes we are aware, but what happens? Ever since then, I tried everything I could to avoid contact with that tree, making all kinds of excuses whenever I was assigned to work on it. Well, if you put it that way, just this once, okay? Geez, did that did that tree do something to you? So this tree has like the ability to communicate with someone that is probably experiencing something, right? And they need like a sort of healing thing. Hmm. My colleague's banter gets stuck in my ears. Did it do something? Yes, it did, and it scares me. A few days later, the same colleague has now become a staunch worker, wearing a constant smile on his face. I knew he's always been an optimistic person, but I couldn't help but feel uneasy because his face seemed strangely comfortable. Really, do I seem content lately? Yeah, well, that's because the tree is helping me out, he answered lightheartedly. From my years of experience, I can say for certain that few people can smile so sincerely while working for this company. Oh gosh. That means when someone keeps smiling at work, it's a sign that something went wrong. My suspicion immediately led me to report this behavior to my superior. This is such a good worker, right? This person, who wrote this in the diary. The order forced me to finally confront this tree that I had been avoiding as best as I could. I knew I couldn't pass it over to someone else this time. Aw, taking responsibility. It was no longer a barren, naked tree that I saw the day it was imported. Instead, I saw a containment unit covered in grass that seemed to be sprawling around the tree, which was peculiar, since there's no way grass can grow in a containment unit. This facility is completely inorganic. Hello, have you come here to receive my blessing too? The moment I felt that something was wrong, a voice echoed in my head. It was difficult to decrypt the contents of the diary from this point onward as the writing becomes heavily distorted. Oh, I didn't know how I wrote the observation report. All that's certain is I wrote what I felt about the tree. This beautiful plant is bringing happiness to every employee who visits its containment unit. It will soon greatly contribute to humanity's quest for prosperity and advancement. But how could an abnormality be such a good influence on humanity? I just want to help you. A voice without a single speck of malicious intent echoed again in my head. Yes, you're right. You're just helping me. And if you're okay with it, could you bring all your friends who are having a hard time here? I believe I can help them. Hmm. Yes, this tree will easily bring peace to their minds. Speaking of which, that newbie seemed to be pretty depressed lately. Hey, I know a place that'll make you feel better. Come along if you want to. Oh my god, now he's bringing others there. She followed me without any suspicion. It was hard to bring her to the tree's containment unit. It wasn't hard. Okay. I offered her to the tree. Offered! She could get better. She will get better. You've brought your friend. You're a good child. Let me gift you with something. I could feel something sprouting from my body. I couldn't move my limbs. No, this isn't a bad thing. I am being reborn with the tree. The tree has entered me, transfixed me. We will proliferate and become whole. And I can completely feel it now. Oh my gosh. That was very, very dangerous, because you see the development. Like, this person was very skeptical in the beginning, and then when they gave in to that single time, a single encounter, it all went downhill. One of the employees is showing symptoms of happiness. Oh gosh. That's true. Very rare. This was a nice idea though. So from a donor. This was pretty cool. I do appreciate it more now, but it's still such a pain to deal with, especially if all the things are happening in the background and you have to suppress someone. You have to click on them to stop them from going into the containment unit. But the story was very nice. World Tree. What is the name now? Parasite Tree. Oh yeah, I remember. It was World Tree. When the seeds are planted, yeah, you just eventually wait for it to grow. There are so many metaphors to trees in this game. I'm not complaining, it's so good. Trees are always a good metaphor. We have the Chonky. Okay. Mountain of Smiling Bodies. Okay. I think it was Garen, 08 Garen, who said that this is their favorite abnormality in terms of lore as well. So, let's read the story. Mountain of Smiling Bodies. It's not like these kinds of things are uncommon here, but one day dozens of employees were killed in an accident. The reason is the same as always. Something breaches. They attempt to stop it. Then it leads to another breach. The one fortunate thing was that the department was sealed off before things could get any worse. So they all die in the same place. Literally, a mountain of bodies was formed. Obviously, no one wanted to clean up that mess. Normally, it should have been taken care of within the day, but because the incident was just so horrific and everyone was so exhausted, the cleanup was delayed with authorization from the department's Sephira. Don't ask me which department it was in, I don't remember all the details. When left out in the open, a corpse will begin to rot within a few hours. Most of the bodies that die here are damaged in one way or another, so they decay even faster. You probably don't know it yet, but most of the employees here are rather skilled at cleaning up dead bodies. Tidying up over and over will make anyone an expert at it, whether you want to or not. Yes, you have no choice. Let's say someone you were just talking to about dinner plans died horrifically. With your repeated experience to help you, you won't be vomiting or running away, at least. Yeah, and so it's like, you don't complain anymore, you just want to get things done faster, so you clean up. Trying to just get through the day. Whoops, I sidetracked a little there. Anyway, in normal circumstances, the mountain would have been removed quickly, but it remained in the department for quite a long time, so it decayed, melted, corroded, and broke down following the laws of nature. I see. Oh god. So it's literally made from dead bodies. I liked it until it ate my level 5 agent. Oh, that's so sad. Spicy meatball. Like when you lose a a level 5 agent, like you had so much investment on it already, like emotionally and your resources. It's just so sad, so difficult. It's like, oh, I have to go back there and revive them. Okay. Where were we? Okay. That's how its creation began, from the mountain of dead bodies. The dead gave life to something. Amazed yet? I've still got more to tell you. The dead fused with one another, all smiling, sharing body parts, at least those who were still intact. They became each other's legs and mouths. Dead. That doesn't mean their consciousness has also been restored, though. It only wants one thing: our flesh, drenched in blood. When there's an announcement of someone's death, the first thing you should do is check if this thing's quarantined. Once it gets a whiff of the scent, it will pursue in an instant. The smiling faces are unfamiliar, yet sorrowful. The more bodies it comes across, the more defined its shape becomes. And it is never satisfied. I'm telling you all this because it's almost here. Accidents always happen in this place. Some may spare a bit of their time for a moment of silence, but most will turn away thinking, again? At the very least, one thing was done right. That was done right is that the department's been sealed off. So that is a hint. You have to seal off the department, right? When this comes out. I'm the only one left anyways. Oh my gosh! Did you learn anything from my story? What kind of lesson can be learned from a story as horrible as this, you ask? Similar to most fairy tales. Don't be lazy, is the lesson. When my voice ceases, come here and clean up your colleagues in exactly 3 minutes. You don't want this guy to grow any more or bigger than it is, and be like, you will be unable to suppress him if he does that. Yeah. Pretty soon I won't be able to keep talking. I'm about to swallow a large bomb. Time's running out. Blood is flowing all around here. I'm starting to see the smiling faces now. Something you don't see much of around here. Don't be surprised when you hear a loud explosion. Like I said, it's precisely 3 minutes. I'm sure a bomb this size will be able to suppress it. The last body it finds will be mine. Oh gosh. Oh, it's like a suicide mission. Yes, yes. This was such a big move. Props to you, props to you. Your story will be forever forever remembered. Okay, I understand now why Garen loves this story. This was so good. Okay, so I think this will be the last one for now. So we have a tool. Yes, we have the behavior adjustment. Okay, so an electronic device with a mysterious symbol engraved on it. It's an eye. Stats regarding justice will increase greatly when behavior adjustment is equipped. However, all stats regarding prudence will drop at the same time. It readjusts everyone to become righteous, no matter how wicked, evil, and arrogant they may be. Oh, so it's like a corrector. The wearer will enter a panic if ordered to return behavior adjustment within 30 seconds. Okay, so you have to use it. However, its users will become too dependent on the device and lose all ability to think on their own. Okay. Yeah, the wearer's SP hits 0, it will die. Eventually, intellect loses all meaning as they forget even how to exist. Right, so you have the concept of right and wrong, but now you just lost the ability to actually know what morality is, and you don't even think anymore. This is pretty wicked too, I would say. So I always return this after I I work on the Chonky Boy. Yeah. Wow. So I think we've finished the Central Command team. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, for a total of 16 abnormalities. Maybe I'll do another one on the weekend, but I don't know yet. Okay, so that was really fun. So did you guys learn a story from here that you haven't read before or you haven't known of before? My chat is not showing up. I wonder. Okay. The ball just seems amazing to me. I only had it later in the game. Oh. Yeah, it really raises that one. In terms of story, Melting Love, Censored, and Snow Queen are my favorite. Yeah, we have Snow Queen. Oh, where is she? Oh, this is her. Yes, we have her. And I will read this one too. So, Codex. Oh, yeah. Forgot. Oops. Return to the main menu. Yes. We also have like maybe 2 or 3 abnormalities from the Codex. Let me see. This one we did, I got. So it's Child of the Galaxy. I was also able to get, I think, the weapon. And this one as well, the Dreaming Current. And Schadenfreude. Yes, I don't have this one in my facility now, but I did get everything from it. Yeah, so those 3, I think. Let's read the last bit of Snow Queen. Just this last line. Or maybe we can read it. Ah! Oh my god! Okay. Okay, we'll talk about that next time, but I know it now. Oh my gosh. I did say of this like in the storyline of my recording. I think that was around day 30. I was questioning what is happening. Where is she? Or what happened to her? So I figured that out too. Because when Hawkma confirmed it, I was like, oh my god, yes, that's what happened. Okay. So thank you very much guys for the time and for staying up with me. So in this side of the world it's pretty late. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. You know, reading the abnormality lore made me appreciate more of them, especially the ones that I don't work a lot on, like Fragment of the Universe. I think she was the really one that touched me so much because it's just like, you know, wanting to make friends but they don't understand you, and that causes a lot of distress actually. So yeah, a lot of these ones that I've really learned to appreciate. So if ever, I of course I will try to get new abnormalities if I don't remember their names and stuff. But yeah, I think Fragment of the Universe for me was the most thing that I've been attached to since reading it. So we still have a lot to read, but we will schedule that. thank you. I hope that you enjoyed it and you also, yeah, shared your thoughts, and I'm so thankful for that. And again, thank you for the time and always supporting all the content that I put out there. So it's been quite irregular this month because of the things that I have to do, but I will try to fix a schedule where everything would go smoother. So thank you very much and stay tuned for the future. All right. Have a good one, guys. Good night, good day, good morning, and I will see you in the next one. You all take care. Bye bye.